Hello, welcome to part 2 of my stationery and sketchbook tour. In this part I'll be going over all my stationery stuff and my collection and everything that I use to journal with. A main part of what I like to use for journaling is washi tape. I have quite a collection and right now I'm mostly storing them in clear containers and this one little box I have. I have quite a bit, so I'll just be showcasing some of my most favorite ones. In here, I store most of the ones that I've had the longest, but I do have a few recent ones that I picked up from Daiso. These two here are more urban scenes. I kind of like the use of line quality and line art. I tend to go for the solid monotone colors and also grid patterns and a lot of gold foil washi. These are some of my favorites, mostly because it's a lot thinner than other washi tapes. It makes it easier to play around with size and proportions when journaling. A lot of these are kind of a gold washi or silver foil, and this one is like a pumpkin mushroom fall theme. Really sweet. Moving on, these two are my most favorite washis. This one is one that my friend got me in Taiwan. It's got gold foil as well, and I like the way that it plays with line weight and shapes and colors. Very cute for pastel themes. The only downside is that it's kind of hard to store because it has this wax on the other side, so it doesn't stay together. The last one is this N-tape washi tape that's a floral pattern. There's a very nice texture to it, and I love the colors of it overall. Moving on to stationery, I got these little inserts for the Midori journal. These two are grid paper, kind of a little bit more of a yellowish tone that I want to use for just monthly calendars. I think that's what I want. This is a craft journal that the Midori came with originally. I haven't really touched it because this is a thinner material than the sketchbook, but I think after I'm done with my current insert, I'll be using this for day-to-day weekly journaling. And the last one I have is weekly. I thought I'd be using this more often, but I haven't tried it yet, but I think sooner or later I definitely will. There's been like 10 things so far that I've said that I haven't used and I'll try. I think it's mostly because I'm a hoarder and I will continue hoarding because I just love collecting stationery. The next thing I have is types of paper that I use. A lot of the things that I use are just post-it notes. These are my favorite of all time. It's just craft paper with a bit of like adhesive. So it's a craft post-it. I got this from Daiso, got this from Daiso, got this from Daiso. This one I like a lot too because it's just grid paper that I could rip off and just cut off the part where it has the hole. Very useful. These are a lot of paint swatches that I got earlier on last year. I have some doubles, so I could use more of them throughout my journaling process. This one's a really cute Sumiko Kurashi notepad that I've had for I think maybe 3 years now. And then the last thing that I really liked are these tracing paper post-its. It's kind of crazy because I was looking for something like this for the longest time. Two friends of mine gave me like samples of these higher end tracing paper post-its, but they were really expensive. It was around $30 or so for like a pack, only like around this thick or so. So when I saw these at Daiso, I just couldn't help but buy it. I think I bought 3 of these. Moving on, I have different types of stamp pads and assortment of colors, and what are these called? Letterheads? This one I got for like $1 at Michael's, and this one I got for around 600 yen in Japan. I really liked having a serif font, but missed the sans serif quality of things, so for cuter things I use this, and for more elegant or aesthetic things I use this one. Last thing of those I have is this date stamp. Also has these like special things on the side, but overall I haven't been using this one a lot because it's not the best quality, but it does pass. Now I've got my most used pens and markers. This is where I keep most of my thin felt tip pens and all that. These two are some of my most used. They're from Stabilo, who also do these highlighters. They're good for accenting a page with just a little bit of color, but not too much. I'm a big fan of Tombows. They're really nice because they're dual tip. I got a big fat brush on this side and then a finer tip on the other end. And what I really liked about Tombows is that you get a very wide variety of colors, and it acts like a highlighter as well, so it's cute for highlighting pages. Next up, I really like using Muji pens. They're a classic and just easy to go to. I mostly tend to use 0.5, but sometimes I have 0.38 as well. Mostly because when I write thinner, it just looks uglier, I guess. And then lastly, my favorite pens are these from Zig Memory System Millennium. I got these in a grab bag pack. I got a pack around this big for $10, so I stuffed that bag as best as I could with all these things. This one's a favorite of mine because it's called Wink of Stella, and if you could tell by this packaging, this pen, this marker, is like a glittery gold type of marker, and it's great for just putting like sparkles on everything, because who doesn't want sparkles on everything, right? Yeah, so those are all the pens that I use.